10 seconds.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire's ban now.
Radiance.
Well, that seems a bit misleading. Which one is it? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. We need matchmaking services for this. What is your solo QMMR? How romantic are you? And how good are you at drafting? These are questions that I'm sure Lan M and Puppy are asking about each other as they get into game number 2 of this upper bracket final. It's Aster versus Secret, and Aster having the upper hand after that game number 1. It's with Secret picking heroes of their own style. We saw Puppy scoop up a Dark Willow, and I think that other things that may emerge in 7.32. What happened to Marcy, Moon? I thought this hero was extremely overpowered. 7.32 gives her the Earth Spirit treatment, where they're like, actually, let's trade what stuns and what slows. Now where's she at?
She's a lot weaker now, mainly because the same nerf to the Haunt Toss with the Magnet Skewer, where you used to be able to Haunt Toss the Skewer back, and there's no counterplay. But now with the Marcy, when you blink flip someone, she's slow, so you can BKB immediately. Previously, when you blink flip someone, they're stunned, so your teammate has like 2 seconds to counter, to follow up the next stun. So it'll be stun into stun. So there's no counterplay for the opponent. On top of that, you're out of position. But now you get flipped, you just BKB and kill the Marcy.
Dire's turn.
See how she adjusts moving forward. But we got a new set of heroes showing up here in this game number 2. Chen and Bad Rider banned out by Aster. Secret take out the Oracle and the Tiny. Aster Puck Wyvern.
Yeah, so this is pretty reminiscent of, I was wondering if they were going to go for this. So this is what Secret did in their previous series that they won against OG, I believe. Either it was that or the one before to get to that upper bracket finals was that
The Dire get a ban.
They ran this Tusk Enigma, I believe, twice, and one of the games they picked the Enigma in the second phase, and then afterwards they realized, wow, this is really good. We should probably just first phase this stuff and close out the phase and start banning counters. And I'm actually surprised that Aster gave it to them, but what they did do is they at least created some sort of insurance policy for themselves already. Grabbing the first phase Wyvern, so they have Curse against the Enigma Black Hole, and they have the Cold Embrace against Tusk Tag Team, so there's like double value in this hero against this pairing in that offlane.
Yes, they read that the Enigma is coming, but I don't think Secret cares. I think these heroes are way too strong. I think they made the mistake of not taking Enigma Aster right there, because Secret's response to Enigma was abysmal. Monkey King and Ember Spirit last pick. Secret has no clue how to deal with this hero. That's why they picked this Enigma now.
Amen, brother. Also, I think the Wyvern is like a pre-counter to the Enigma. It makes sense since you can always counter the Black Hole. But the lane is not the best. I think in lane against Enigma you just need heroes that kill the Eidolons, and Wyvern doesn't do that at all. So I am assuming, I mean we'll see what the Aster carry is, but this Enigma Tusk lane should be very strong. They're also banning the Bristleback, Alchemist, very good heroes in lane against Enigma. So we'll see if Aster has any heroes left.
The last one that Secret banned and that Sind is referred to was Troll Warlord. Protect the... And then they're probably going to have to go off script because they had a Phantom Assassin as their carry, and against a Wyvern, probably not going to be the case. And they also had a Crystal Maiden as one of their supports, but the first phase and the ban seem very much similar.
I'm still looking at what Aster, you know, when there's a new patch and hero balance changes, some of the old school heroes that you haven't seen for a while can start back. And one of the heroes that teams used to draft against lane was Gyrocock. And I don't know if you can go that route here. You have pretty strong teamfight set up for cooldown. You have Puck Coil, you have the Curse that can both set up Gyro to go in and deal that damage. I think Gyro Wyvern is a very strong lane. You have an inherent double slow to run in together with the Rocket Barrage. So it's at least an idea. And it came to mind because Monet plays a beastly Gyro. He just hasn't played it forever. So, but you know, you gotta think outside the box a bit. Aside from that, there's Sven who does well against Eidolons. I just think the matchup's way worse against an general. And you're not ranged.
Yeah, I think the Gyro makes a lot of sense. I'm also slightly confused by the Faces Void ban from Team Secret, because I feel like Enigma should be very strong against Void in lane. But maybe they're just afraid of like overwhelming team fight with like 3 big ults from Team Aster.
I actually think that Secret is gunning for the Templar Assassin. That's why they banned Faces Void, because Faces Void outcarries Templar Assassin. If they don't ban Templar Assassin, okay, there it is.
Yo,
I was like,
wow.
that Nisha Templar is coming out, and he's gonna take a steaming dump with Orange. So. Yeah.
This is a support that can kill Eidolons. Aster are opening up the possibility of running the Wyvern as a 4 or even as a 3 if they want to get really creative. The Acorn Shot does a lot of physical damage, so especially in the early levels, Enigma needs to play a little bit differently. Thanks to
10 seconds.
if you get an additional carry here that can also deal with Eidolons, Rizzo might find himself in a
5
very
seconds remaining.
uncomfortable position. Because honestly, his Enigma games so far in lane have been pretty easy. So I'd like to see him when he's challenged by Aster with some strong laning.
Yeah, they should take the Kunkka here and put it on Nisha against the puck. It's a good matchup. They
Radiant's
Aster, but not
turn to
banning. I
pick.
think it's Kunkka
Crystal
CN.
Maiden.
They should. The Enish ban once again is, I think it's a mistake. I think this hero is not as good this patch. And I think Aster is gonna gun for the team fighter on 18 most likely. Or maybe they want to save it for last pick, but I feel like if they don't take it there, they match Enigma's team fight. They're not gonna get it last pick.
Team fighter from which role would you favor? You want your carry or you want
5
offlane?
seconds
I
remaining.
would say off lane, like some like Doom or Anglia or something that counts as the black hole. So it's just not all in the Winter Wyvern.
Dawnbreaker's still in the pool. That was one of the Enigma.
That's a great
Yeah.
option as well.
Dawn is
XXS
good.
plays that.
I think Mars is also an option. It doesn't really deal with Enigma that much, but
Admiral
it's good counter
Kung
for
Moon.
sports.
What the hell are you doing on my panel, dude? You should still be up there playing. All right, so then what did you say you want team fighter for Aster?
Phantom
Instead,
Assassin.
They get the Phantom Assassin. That's a great one of the counters to the Zoo meta. It's Phantom Assassin, and because against Beastmaster, because you get to shoot, or the Eidolons get to shoot your dagger at the Eidolons and kill them.
Yep.
And P is a really beast hero this patch. You got a lot of buffs. The game slowed down. Now what Aster needs to do is ban 2 carries and out carry PA.
I think they opened up for this option by
5
picking the
seconds
Hoodwink. That's why
remaining.
they can go for this carry. And I do expect them to lane together. But do you think you could still
Dyer's
play
banned
Wyvern
now.
PA bot and be fine? Or would
Here's
you
the
still rather
Radiant
put the Hoodwink
ban.
in that matchup just to enforce a bad start for...
I would say.
You go ahead.
I would say put the Hoodwink in the offlane anyway. It's
Okay.
more important to win the offlane, especially if you're getting last pick for the offlane. Your last pick should better have good value. The offlane Winter Wyvern against CM is going to be so rough for the Winter Wyvern anyway. So the master just get clear out of the lane, and Wyvern will be in a good spot anyway. Once P leaves to go jungle, Wyvern's going to delay the push against the
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's one of the most annoying things about Wyvern is that once you get level 5, you're just sitting behind the tier 1 in the trees. You know, it's really hard to dive. If you do dive, then the puck can just TP and kill all the heroes. So I think the draft is looking pretty solid for Aster so far.
for Crystallis heroes, his Monkey King is still available in the pool EA, or tried and true, his Razor perhaps.
I think to out carry PA you need like a Morphling or Terrorblade or maybe even Trollroller, but those Trollrollers not really good against Winter Wyvern. Terrorblade is not really that meta. Morphling, I think this is a decent Morphling game, but then there's the Puck. But the Morphling gets the good matchup against the Winter Wyvern because you get to morph into Winter Wyvern. I'll probably go for Morphling as our secret. I think Poppy's probably gonna ask Crystallis, what do you want to play comfort wise, and Crystallis just gonna zero. Okay.
Aster, Saberlight, it looks like for their offlane, and that's what Secrets take out the Pango. Your Doom's still available, your Dawn's still available.
Yeah, I think a hero that's the thing is they don't really need
The
Black Hole concept
Dire
that much
get a
since
ban.
they have it on the Wyvern. So I think what they need more than anything is just a really solid lane. Since if they win the top lane and they do fine in mid, they can like play Dota, you know. But if they lose all lanes, then I think it's gonna be very reminiscent of game 1 and say maybe
Radiant's
Secret
turn
doesn't
to
pro.
pick.
Secret knows about the Doom against Enigma.
Yeah,
Got rid of it.
they were listening to the panel.
I knew it.
Yeah,
The
they
Monkey
picked
King
every
ban-
hero that Moon asked for as well.
Yeah, the Monkey King ban was a good ban, even though like it's not really the out carries PA, but I know they don't want to go gun for Dawnbreaker. I know this guy plays this mean Dawnbreaker. Monkey King is one of the better heroes against Dawnbreaker. They ban Penguin and Doom.
How about Slark
5
Slark
seconds
for,
remaining.
for
Secret?
Secret? And Silver Edge Buyer, perhaps. Not necessarily out. But that's
Dire's
anti-carry.
There it
Go
is,
for the
Terrorblade.
Terrorblade.
Yeah, I don't know whether Slark out carries PA in a sense because he needs too many items. He needs Saber, SNY Scotty, and then he needs the MKB. But Terrorblade is like Dragonlance, maybe Yasha, Scotty, MKB, boom.
Choose
You're
your
ready.
Call on the
heroes.
Mars Saberlight, they pick up a team fighter and they pick up a lane winner.
Yeah, it's also pretty solid against Terrorblade since you can like press your E and dodge, absorb the Terrorblade hits. So it also helps with the arena. You just trap him. I like this Mars pick. We'll see if it works out.
Whoever plays Wyvern on Aster, I feel like that player is going to be really happy with the match getting for first phase support. Like, Terrorblade's a great matchup. You have the Winter's Curse, you can curse Terrorblade or Illusions next to anyone and they can end up dying. Cold Embrace is godly against that hero and against Tusk. You have Cursed against Wyvern, and there's no catch. There's like nothing that's going to catch the Wyvern in the back, right? Your best catch is a Kunkka. He's not... If you have good positioning here on PQ, I think you can be the man of the match.
Yes. However, the Wyvern vs Kunkka matchup is favoring Wyvern heavily. If Aster has late game, I think that this Wyvern draft is heavily favored. However, I do think Secret has the better late game. I think the Mars pick was decent, but it was a mistake in the sense that you need 2 BKB Black Hole cancels against Secret if you have the worst carry matchup, which they do. So Aster has one timing to win the game, is with PA, BKB, Deso, and run at them with that timing. If they don't, this Terrorblade will outcarry this PA late game, and then they also have to run into an Enigma Black Hole. So if they're running into Enigma to Black Hole them, if this Winter Wyvern gets caught, this Enigma has full space to BKB Black Hole now. So I'm very afraid for Aster. This game, I'm favoring Secret.
Okay, well the clock is ticking for Secret. They want to push it to late. Let's see if Aster can put a cork in that, and we'll send it over to our casters for game number 2. It's Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Much, Neil. Yes, very much looking forward to seeing this game 2. Game 1, a bit of a masterclass from Aster.
Really was.
Looking at what we're coming with the second game, it's something a bit different, right, Mon? Instead of hitting the buildings, killing the buildings, he's going to be looking to kill the heroes this time. He's bringing the PA out.
I just hope we get to go to the late game, because this one looks like it's going to be a pretty chaotic game if it does get to those boats coming in. Terrorblade versus PA. Super strong late game drafts versus each other. But yeah, should be a fun one with the amount of team fight. I'm looking at this first phase puck, and I'm seeing some limited disables and catch for it. I know that we saw the other day the matchup, I believe, you know, that Kunkka versus Puck, we've seen it a couple times, and I think there was an itemization of like an Orchid to be able to slow down the Puck, but I'm looking at Ori right now, and it could be a game where a Puck really can set the tempo to pressure and slow down this Terrorblade to allow Monet to get that earlier advantage. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at Ori a lot, see how he does. Mid matchup's a bit hard versus the Kunkka, but as game progresses, some limited disables that he could play and dance around pretty nicely as well.
Once again, they are going to have that save. We saw what game 1 PQ doing a lot on his about, and this time round he's going to be on the Wyvern, a hero that's going to have some sort of similar potential to save. I think that the panel was saying it's a pretty good game for the Wyvern to find his positioning and have good impact.
As a first 2 Wyvern pick, you're playing versus Enigma, playing into a last pick Terrorblade, absolutely. You're going to have some great ways to curse offensively and kill heroes that are next to the meta, or you're going to be able to curse and save and protect people when a Black Hole comes out, etc. Cold Embrace too. Excellent game from him. And that's the first 2 picks, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how this matchup is going to go, and let's see how the aggression comes off with this CM Tusk also, because these 2 can definitely set pace on the side of Secret also. We should have a lot of fun battling coming out of this game.
For sure, and we know that the Tusk, of course, IATS on it, something that Aster very much respected in game 1. They banned it out in the first phase.
He's so aggressive with the way he does play on it, and he likes to rotate on mid too, so maybe we could see that happen onto the Puck. A little bit of a harder hero to gank, of course, but so we'll get some 2 for 2 runes.
And overall, did you sort of like the way that Aster closed at their draft, getting XXS on the Mars this time? I think they were sort of saying on the panel, maybe means that they could struggle a bit more with the lack of sort of BKB piercing abilities to deal with the threat of Resolution's Black Hole later in the game.
I doubted it a little bit the other day when they picked it, and then XXS just blew it out of the water how well he played on it. So you know what, I like the Mars honestly, because he's got this way to absorb the hits and protect his heroes versus the Terrorblade. He's got great ways to just trap people and also just say this is where we're gonna win the team fight. When you're playing versus Enigma, sometimes that can be really important. So
good harassment here onto Monet with the tag team from Zayat.
This is not an easy lane for Monet, I'd say. It's a lot of pressure that's going to come out from Zayat every time tag teams comes out, but also just constant denies from those Eidolons that we've seen.
You shall not.
You can kill some of them with your daggers and whatnot, but it's really have to be careful as PA. You saw this matchup the other day, of course, too.
Did not catch you littering.
The Urn, when it gets picked up on Enigma, they actually have so much kill threat even onto a hero like PA.
And if the game sort of does get chaotic, does go later on, would you sort of lean towards Secret's draft in terms of scaling potential?
I mean, they've got the Enigma, but there is a BKB piercing disable, so it's tough to say. I'd say the Terrorblade does win out a little because the PA is alone, right? That single carry Kunkka sometimes can be a harder carry, but it's up to Ori, right? I think it's up to how his game goes, because if he snowballs this hero Puck, sometimes becomes like a secondary carry itself too.
we saw last game. You know, how good of a game Ori was able to have after having such a rough start. You know, he recovered fantastically, and up until those final moments, having the huge impact zipping in, and being able to do so because he had PQ with those saves at the ready.
Yeah. And this game, like I was saying, like the stuns, yeah, sure, you see like the Malefices, Torrents, and stuff like that, but they're tough to actually catch onto a hero like Puck.
Denied.
So far, the lane setups on the mid. Looking at the side lanes, do you think we will see anyone struggle? We saw last game, it was a bit of a slower start for Crystalis when it came to finding the farm in the lane.
I think it'll probably be similar. I think Crystalis will still be a bit slowed down. Yep. Playing versus Mars is annoying. You're getting this, you're spamming onto him, so he always has stick charges in this lane versus like the CM and the TB, so you always have mana to either spear the TB back away when he walks up for a creep or rebuke him up away. So I imagine that he is going to be slowed down a good amount from XXS and Baboka. They even have kill threat too. It's a lot of damage that these two heroes actually do. Even though you're really tanky in the armor department, it is a lot of magic damage too. The shout with the spear as well, the bushwhack. CM sometimes can't really offset that. Usually you have like some like tanky bruiser, like, you know, especially for a secret, they have like an ogre or something to offset the damage and the pressure that the TB puppies a CM. So not gonna be easy for him.
And then up on the top lane, you know, Monet last game got complete free farm in the laning stage. Similar thing here, or will we see him be tested a bit more by Secret's lane setup?
I think he'll get slowed down. It's an Enigma, right? The Eidolon constant spam is going to be able to pull the lane back and all that. But right now, so far, he's doing excellent. They actually did really good on the first two waves, the way they clean. They do have a lot of regen up here, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, should be able to get it soon.
This is pretty cool, too. Like, just a small thing, but PQ started with the Quelling Blade this game. So he's actually been cutting all these trees here to make sure that they, I guess, always have vision to be able to see the Eidolon, see the Tusk moving around, moving inside the laning phase. It's different, but it's a cool kind of approach because it allows him to always get his Arctic Burn hits onto these heroes without getting like fogged for a second or anything. Cool.
Yeah, we'll see how much that plays a factor into Monet being able to safely farm on this top lane.
Far so good.
Alright, some resolution rate. Really able to make a move on to PQ.
Nice. Monet actually gets himself an Eidolon. Pretty tough to actually do that versus this lane versus the Tusk. But yeah, as you said, lane keeps getting pulled back, but Monet doing good. Kunkka, we're seeing Nisha is having a little bit more denies, at least in the mid lane, but to be a bit expected in that matchup because Puck has to go for bottle, so you just see this damage disparity. Kunkka's able to just go for these bracers that we've seen time and time again.
And out of these two mids, in regards to what you see on the enemy side lane for each of them, you know, who's going to be able to be more proactive once they hit the 6? You know, who do you expect to be making the moves, and who's going to be playing more defensive when it comes to responding to those rotations?
I actually think both can do similar kind of moves this game, because I think the Puck can easily try to make the move to gank the Terrorblade, but also Kunkka can easily make the move to try to gank this Bia. I think it's very similar kind of style that we'll see. Really seeing bottom though. This Crystalis is being slowed down a lot more than the PA is.
Yeah, similar sort of story to last game to start.
Yeah. And that's the PA as we mentioned versus the Enigma. So yeah, Monet not being slowed down. I thought he'd actually have a little bit of a slowdown in the first 2 or 3 waves at least. Nope, not the case.
Yeah, maybe sort of the PQ with taking down all those trees is indeed just making the area in a bit more of an awkward spot for Secret Zayats to sort of, as you say, close in and be able to get some sort of jump setups so they can start the harassment with the tag team.
Runes being checked out, or it's making their way toward mid. Aster just pretty much wants to make sure that Ori gets at least one of those runes because he has the bottle. Nisha does not, so always being able to do good. And we see, of course, now the chainmail picked up. This is kind of a new thing that we're seeing these Pucks doing. If you're versus like Kunkka or versus Ember Spirit in the mid lane, just so you can offset the Tidebringer Splash or the Sleight of Fist, etc. Because you're gonna naturally build. It doesn't feel bad to build this item.
Top lane towards Zayat. Jump in when Resolution's got a Malefice the ready, and then combination with the Ice Shard, but Strike will keep Monet at a safe distance.
I think we're going to see also, you know, as I was mentioning, the Puck sometimes we might see some catch problems. I'm seeing Nisha already has that Claymore queued up, so I'm expecting that Orchid is going to be the choice for him when we do get to the mid game to try to catch Ori. Slow start though, 5 minutes.
to see any blood spilled here.
It's like almost dead even too with the way the carries are being offset. 1900 net worth on PA, 1800 on the Terrorblade. Knives coming up both sides.
Again, he's explosive route around the 6 minutes.
Gonna be the big one. I'm watching the levels. In particular, Nisha's gonna get his level 6 just a good amount before Ori is. So maybe they look to make the first move onto him because of that. The knives are adding up.
Ori, be careful how he uses the orb if he starts to stray away from his tower.
Baboka's already making the way over to ensure that he can try to get that rune.
Very low, Baboka. I mean, he's going to get the setup onto Puppey.
He stepped up very far.
Nisha is ready to help out. He'll have the X mark, both combo as well. Phase shift already been used, so he'll still get dragged back into it. Nisha able to get the 1 kill in return. Bushwhack back up, so Baboka's out of there. Trade in the mid. I mean, Nisha definitely getting the bigger one of the two there, taking out Ori.
Rare misplay by Ori. Phase shifted incredibly
very early.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake there. Nisha capitalizes on it. And he gets the D ward as well. That was just placed from Baboka.
See this again here, there's this play. Yeah, almost certain that Puppey, he knew that dying here could definitely give them a good chance of Nisha finding a kill, and he was absolutely right.
I guess he was afraid of it. Either way, it's a difficult play, but he gets caught up from it. And now the movements are happening. Puppey, he's just moving on the map because he probably feels like I can't help Crystallis. I already did, I guess, all I could, which wasn't really too much to bottom. He's trying not to slow down in pressure lanes, get these aggressive wards down, try to slow down Monet more.
I mean, how safe is it for Crystallis to hang around on his own down here?
I don't think it's that safe. Honestly, I think he has to be very careful. As soon as XXS hits 6, I think he is actually a kill. He does have Sunder Skilled. I was going to say, is he going to hold the point? So maybe he's going to try to go for some type of play there, but it's a bit risky. I don't think you want to stay down here on Crystallis at all anymore.
See, over in the mid lane, the continued pressure here from the two of them. Puppey spy once more to really have a go at Ori, force back this puck. It's definitely taking into effect the lead that Nisha's getting on the CS in. Time round, Bo will be put to a stop.
This time he does it nicely, able to disconnect that torrent, that X. Yeah, a lot of attention to try to slow down Ori. And yeah, Orchid now it is queued. So as expected, Nisha, the same build that he did the other day, because there can't be that limited disables. It's going to be a really natural build-up. And seeing stacks. Now Baboka getting some stacks going. Puppey too. It is getting scouted. I know Crystallis is using that illusion to at least watch Baboka in the last few moments, so he'll know that there's stacks there.
Trune here,
Nice
of course,
rune.
the arcane. Could enable Ori in the next move that he wishes to make, so careful how close to get to these towers, in particular the top one.
Puppey again.
And he'll die for that warding attempt.
Well, for Ori,
Get up if you can.
Crystallis trying to go back to the lane. Whenever he sees like the hoodwink and stuff like that, he knows he can then go back to the lane versus the Mars, but still has to be a bit cautious.
Juicy stacks here for Nisha. And start clearing these up, and seeing already having the lead against Ori. They're going to push it further ahead. We'll see top. Trying to get a bit of a catch onto Monet. Quite get him, and Baboka has come in with the rotation. Snowball at the ready, back over towards the creep wave. Get him away from the bushwhack, but again, you can see how careful they are at trying to overcommit for a support kill. They won't jump in to try and take down Zayas.
No, they don't know where Nisha is. They kind of expect him to probably be jungling, but the speed that he can just join top since it's so close to that tower is devastating.
Fantastic amount of golden XP here cleaned up by Nisha, which will put him on track to get that good timing on the Orchid, which very disruptive for some of the heroes of Aster, in particular Ori's going to have that more careful of how he looks to jump into the fray.
Yeah, it's a good point that you said. He's going to be very disruptive also for not just Ori. It also is very good, right, for the PA, even for the Mars. If you're able to get it this early, it does trip you up quite a lot. Now Nisha looking to make his first aggressive move top. Meanwhile, Ori looking to pressure tower a little bit mid.
The setup of the X mark. Trying to buy some safety here with a cold embrace. TPs are coming in, so maybe a chance to turn. Monet's going to look to jump in. Already the snowball being used from Zayas to get out of there. The bushwhack out on the two of them. A bit of protection here, of course, with the puck with the rum. Brezzo's left off to the side. Ori's going to try and take down Puppey over towards the river. Jumps in, should be able to finish him off. And back up top, the chase continues onto Zayas. Aster, they'll get the three of them there.
They get Ori, or Ori gets Puppey in the middle lane. Just on his own, easy kill. He has to use the coil, but an easy setup. A quick reaction from Aster again.
Big TPs coming in there. I mean, just getting the cold embrace off PQ, knowing that he'd have that chance to live that little bit longer, and Aster immediate with that response to take advantage of the fact that Secret, they'd have to stick around a little too longer to get the kills. I mean, we saw Secret, they did try and back off, the Rum giving them a bit of safety, as it was Aster getting some kills out of this. Secret, they'll be straight back up to the top lane.
But PQ's got the heal again.
Some round there's no boat, 20 seconds until the ult's back online for Nisha. So the tower here, looking towards XXS. This time round, they probably won't have the TPs up to back him up. So XXS will fall. Secret, they'll get the core kill.
They knew that everything's still on cooldown. They can go for this relentless aggression up top because the coil was used in mid lane. Top, you know, the Mars ult had already been expended, so they really want to try to push this tower down with the Enigma because those were on cooldown.
Dire's top tower needs some friends.
And levels still not quite 6 on the 2 supports of Aster. Nisha.
Try and push up for more with the boat up. Boca. And they'll try and disrupt the combo with the ultimate, but it's not going to stop Nisha from being able to drag him back into the crash of the boat. Claim another, the pressure onto the tier 1 tower as well there from Resolution. Trying to slow down the push a bit, but the Eidolons are out, and this tier 1 will certainly fall.
They're bringing XXS, they're actually bringing the squad.
Okay, they're going to try and make a fight out this Aster. Puppey, very, very low hit, does die.
Renzo too.
They'll lose the tower, but maybe Aster can make Secret pay for this. Renzo, he's going to go with the black hole, but a quick contribute for the side will put it immediately to an end. Oh, he's got the Dream Coil out onto the children, catching both Science and Nisha. Arena's up, spear combo as well. Nisha tries to get his last bit of damage out of the Tiebreaker, but he's trapped in the ultimate. He's taken out. Zayas will be able to bring Ori out with him, and there is backup in the form of Chrysalis heading over, so Secret, they're going to still maybe try and do some more here. No, Chrysalis, he's had enough. He doesn't want to get involved. He steps in the direction, but he won't get close enough. As Aster, they will get the majority of the kills out of there. They did lose the tower. Back down bottom, Monet.
What?
Just got handled by Puppey.
What the? All right. I mean, okay. And a celebratory ult to clean up the creeps too for Puppey. Wow. I mean, what a sequence of events though, really, for Aster in particular. Until that happened, top the defense, just they're trying to chase this Wyvern so much, and XXS, I guess all their ults were coming back up. They really wanted to fight. It comes out really good for them. XXS.
We'll probably see the replay here.
What happened?
Of Monet. Looks like he was tanking a bit of the tower. Puppey comes in and he was not ready for this, Monet.
Oh boy.
Because probably keeping a sort of a tab on all the action that was going on up top.
He probably just didn't expect. He just didn't expect this to happen, to come down in Puppey.
And just in time comes back up again to catch him before the TP's a success. A huge solo kill there for Puppey to find.
I don't think I've seen a carry die like that in this tournament. Dying to the 5 position. From full HP as well. Impressive stuff. Just capitalizing on a big mistake, really. But we're seeing the beauty, really, of the Mars pick, right? Especially in those top defenses. XXS is he's a monster. Every time he shows up, he seems like he's the strongest one on the map. 2K lead, though, for Secret, and that's, I mean, quite a big thing because Monet did die bottom. Because, you know, offsets him where he's not farming the whole time while Crystallis is able to just clean up Ancients.
Absolutely.
So a pretty massive death, really.
Yeah, and we saw sort of in game 1, the recovery, you know, it was all on sort of the shoulders of Ori being able to clean up his game. This time round, it's going to be Monet.
Yep.
He's going to have to find the space to climb back into this as he's had the easiest of starts. He is, of course, going for the Battle Fury, so once that's there, he will be able to catch up, but the emphasis there, once it's there, and Secret, they're going to do their best to try and catch him as much as they can before he can get that Battle Fury done. The setup into the boat, but it's a little too close to the tower, and Secret, they don't quite have the full squad here to fight. And Aster, they're heading straight their way. Aster looking to punish. The Dream Coil has the setup. Follow from XXS for Arena. Further TPs coming in from Secret. They'll try and do their best to keep Nisha alive, but the damage, it's done. Ori taking the kill out here with the help of Baboka, finishing him off. You see Puppey drop the ultimate. PQ, he's also got his ready to go. Using the curse to hold back Puppey. They won't push up into the high ground for more. Maybe they will. XXS, I can jump in and snipe Zayas. Gets in, picks up another there.
That's why you picked this man, his Mars. Look at this, level 12 at 14 minutes. I mean, this is unbelievable plays, really. And always, they're getting the right targets. They keep finding Nisha. They just push through everybody. They have this ward on the high ground. They let them see him for a second. Ori and XXS, they commit everything onto him. They know how important it is to take that Kunk out because they're playing versus a TV draft. The TV's not going to get that involved, so they know they can commit a little extra to kill that Kunkka in most of these situations.
The TPs were coming in on this bottom lane.
Oh, Nisha has his orchid done.
Catch anyone here. Puppey, the lead in. They've got the X mark set up onto Monet.
The stun.
And he's going to stop the Torrent combo from connecting. Orchid's there though, and still heavy damage being done to Monet. Malif is causing issues. He'll be able to jump to the side, but Puppey ready to cause issues for him once again. Frostbites Monet, takes him down. The Crystal Maiden certainly proving to be Monet's kryptonite here in the early game.
Absolutely, and it's a lot of it really is because of Puppey's skill build too. Just wanted to point it out quickly.
And of course, after Monet's been taken down, they could just chase him for more. Secret getting 3 kills there back to back.
And look, he's getting greedy too on Puppey, right? Queuing up the BKB, he knows he's having a pretty good game. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight the skill build, right? Max Frostbite, the cooldown is so low, you're able to get like these multiple continuous usages. That's why I ended up getting him bottom as well too with the tower. He had that secondary cancel.
Absolutely, so the answer to these heroes that rely on the mobility. XXS, what? He's in for action. He's going to drop in with the arena. He'll catch Puppey. Also, Zaya's going to be trapped in here as well. Secret, the two of them, the two supports, maybe getting a bit excited there, hanging around the triangle of Aster. That was never going to last for long.
Oh, and they were farming Ancients together on the opposite side of the map.
I mean, Puppey's like, dude, I've nearly got my BKB, bro. Let me hit some Ancients.
That's what it looks like. Aster capitalizes again. XXS, so clutch this game. 6-1 and 4. Always there at the right time.
Gotta respect the Smars. Always ready to catch them.
Yep, and we're seeing Ori, since he saw the Orchid, he played this matchup, he played versus Nisha doing this Orchid the other day on the Kunkka 2, adapting, going for the Yule Scepter. We see this a lot of times from these pucks when they do play versus some type of itemization or some silence in particular. Some way to protect himself.
Again.
Oh, he was about to get the curse off. That was so close. Almost able to actually... It would have probably killed Rezo. The Idolines would have turned on him, so great Orchid.
Puppey. He wants to get back in this triangle.
He has a sneaky ward down. If you actually look, it did not get taken out. It's just out of range.
Between all three
look at this. It's just on the line.
Goodness, it really is.
That's going to be very impactful.
That's not going away anytime soon.
No, they know that the PA has Battle Fury also, too, so they know this is going to be the area that she's going to spend a lot of time.
Give them some crucial information.
He's even hitting the camps, too. Making sure that doesn't even
Radiant's
spawn.
middle tower
Mid lane.
can't handle this deluge.
Lose Baboka here. Crystal is able to get involved in some of the action now.
Bottom tower
First kill.
is under attack.
Farm, of course, still very, very good looking right now. 2k ahead of that of Monet. Over in the river, they've had enough of Puppey, but Puppey, he's had enough of them. He'll stand his ground, drop the ult, or he's going to be careful how close he gets. Throw the ult back in. But the silence is down to him. Puppey's ready to try and close the gap for another Frostbite. I think even popping the smoke there to give him a little bit of a boost to close the gap. They won't find the opening on Ori though. Phase shift and an orb, Ori's away. But just going to show there, they've got to be careful when they want to try and mess with Puppey.
There was a lot of ults used though, the boat to kind of protect him as well too, but Ori had to use the coil to try to go for him, so a little bit of both teams trading spells there. Crystallis during all this, he's just sitting back farming. Monet is getting, and Monet's getting prevented from farming, right? From the way that Secret's has gone for him, warding his jungle, etc., playing around that triangle area.
Proactive, 4 of them here. Smoke up from the 4.
Got everything ready. Coil up in 20 seconds.
Respect the ultimates from Secret Resolutions. Got Black Hole online.
It's their first time having a moment to actually get to this side of the map to try and find him, and it must get
They
saved
know
right
that they
away.
were crossing the river there. Secret down on target. Puppey may still be able to take the hit, but the bushwhack will miss. Sharpshooter connects, but TPs are coming in. Minori finished this off on his own. I mean, Silence is onto it. Puppey's still alive. He's going to be able to step away. Puppey's going to live. Ori's going to live to try and jump out of this one. He'll throw out the orb. Yule Scepter buying him that safety, that time to ensure that he can jump out with nothing able to stop him. But again, they've got to really bring the resources if they want to deal with this CM. Puppey's just walking circles around them.
It's all the little itemization things too, because he got, because of these kills, right? Fluffy had, a little bit of stats, the shovel as well too. Little things just boosting him up. If the Splinter Blast hit off of the creep wave, he would have died, but yeah, he was able to distance himself from that as well as the bushwhack, so avoids another death.
That ward that's been doing so much for them. Done a little bit more there. They know this is coming. They should know. It was just on the edge of it. I would imagine they were looking. Nisha, he's going to sense that something's up there. Connects, says get the jump. He's still capped. Flicks back up, but the immediate silence is there. Reacts to the BKB to ensure that he can still land the combo. This was a dangerous spot last time round for Secret when they made this move. We'll see if Aster get away with being in this position. They'll take down Nisha. Pursues to hold back Crystallis. Aster tries to come in with a wraparound from the side. Snowball over towards Baboka. Puppey ready to let it go over the ultimate, but it puts the stop by the Yules of Ori. The full focus from Chrysalis over towards XXS. Cold Embrace from PQ buys XXS a bit of time, but he's been surrounded. Resolution decides to not mess around. Drops the black hole, secures the kill. They're ready to try and chase for more as they look over towards Monet. Punch up into the sky. Is there anything the support can do to help out? Monet pops the blur, turns the dagger slow, pushback onto Zayas. Baboka's got the control to hold back the tusk to take him out. Monet able to TP back to safety. Baboka, he'll give his life to save his carry.
A super deep chase from Aster behind the tower. They get 3 kills, but Chrysalis, I think he's fine with this. He shows up with his meta, gets nice cleanup kills onto 2 heroes. He's pretty happy.
Tower is under
Top of
attack.
the net worth. Monet not able to find many cleanup kills himself at all.
Progress on towards the BKB from Monet, just half the gold of the recipe away.
It's going to be hard for him, that core-to-core matchup, though. He's going to be able to deal with the rest of the heroes of Secret, but him versus both the Enigma as well as the Terrorblade are going to be something that he has to watch out for. They'll be able to help him with the Enigma in particular with his teammates, but yeah, has to watch out. Right now, though, they know that the meta's on cooldown. They know that Black Hole's on cooldown. They're going to keep trying to get aggressive here. Ori with his coil up.
This is the time to go here for Aster. The big catch would be Chrysalis.
Zayas in position.
And the smoke hit from the trees. They're still to get the jump. Oh, they won't get the arena combo connection onto Puppey. Zayas does end up in the midst of it all, and with a big hit of the sharpshooter bursting him low, Zayas will fall.
He tried to do the fancy way to spear people, of course, where you spear into the ult afterwards, but not quite able to connect this time.
Their structures.
I don't think they will be able to get the tower, though. Secret not going to look to form a defense here without Black Hole, without meta.
Radiant's middle tower
So they kind of got what they came for
just
anyway.
keeled over.
Sure, they want to try to get this Terrorblade in one of these situations, but getting that tower is still very important.
The moments past, though, Monet is
Catching up.
closing that gap. And moments ago, sort of over a 2,000 gold difference, but 700 behind that. Battle Fury really coming into play, kicking in, and if he can get that BKB and that
Back
item
so soon.
next time on top of it, when these fights, some of these heroes for Secret will run the risk of being shredded in a couple of crits.
And even Rezo, I see Rezo is actually carrying the Nether Shaw at the moment. I think he's probably going to switch that pretty soon, just because Enigma does not want to be this squishy in the fights where you just get jumped by like a blurred PA and you die before you're able to offset anything.
Sometimes, you know, if you start to sit low, drop a black hole, you know, that dagger comes in, it's a crit, it can take out half your HP.
It just has to be a little bit. Right now it's okay because he's pretty tanky, but we'll probably see him swap it up because -2 armor, you know, any little thing does hurt versus me.
Catch it, Ori in the mid. The blink up.
He's out.
Easily out of there. In fact, he's teasing with the idea of going back in on this. With the bow already used, there's really a lot that they can use to try and commit to save Zayas. As the jump ball from Monet, he'll pick up some action, and look, 695 damage crit there. Gets the job done. Closer and closer towards that death, so just 1,600 gold, a mithril hammer away from having that sort of trio of items online. At that point, so outside of the huge armor that the Terrorblade does have, that chance to survive a second time around effectively with the Sunder, the rest of the heroes on Secret, they really have to prepare for Monet just getting on top of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the TB, you know, we mentioned how he's farmed. He is very tanky, but still is susceptible to all this magic damage, so Crystal still has to be a bit careful. Also, he's playing into the Wyvern, which can always be a little difficult. That Curse and Cold Embrace. CXXS, something really important. Picking up the Shard. It's kind of obvious when you're playing versus these illusion heroes, but I've seen a couple players doing it. He always makes sure to. He's going to get that spear, ensure that it connects onto the Terrorblade in most situations. Just in case. Black Hole's back up. Secret has BKB on Nisha. Probably keen to fight now. Tons of deep wards right now for Aster, so they actually saw the Secret heroes running down toward bottom.
Tricky to get this jump on Ori. Between the Blink Dagger and the Yule Scepter, it's not an easy catch unless they try for some sort of risky play where they commit him with like a blind blink black hole. Side of that, Ori highly likely to jump away every single time, and that's why every move that Aster makes towards the lane is always with Ori presenting himself first.
Yeah, and it's, when you do that too, it's like you're kind of faking that PQ is behind you, because that's what he did perfectly last game, right? He was always in the right position, so when you do that, yeah, you're kind of expecting that this Wyvern will be there with Bird Curse. And also now, pointing out importantly, the Wyvern's gonna have a Blink Dagger, so it will make it a lot easier case for PQ to always get into the backlines to kind of cancel the Enigma or get on the TB, etc.
That's true. The life of Resolution, very difficult in these team fights. But that black hole is going to be a very, very difficult call for him to make.
Puppey's almost getting, he almost has his BKB done. It'd be pretty annoying. I mean, it's something that they might have to just waste something off in these team fights. Like,
maybe suddenly they feel that they have to use the curse to stop him.
It's going to be a distraction for sure.
Yeah.
Unless he just dies instantly to like a dagger crit from a Deso PA, which could still happen if he doesn't get the ult off first with the bonus armor, etc. We'll see.
And Deso is now online here.
It is almost level 18 as well too, so that max crit's going to be online in a second. And he's got Brigand's Blade, of course. We didn't point that out earlier, but one of the better neutrals to have.
Last camp, get the level 18 on the PA. Move. Thing is up for Secret. Have a solid chance of taking the fight.
They're together as a unit though. Secret a bit more split up. Zayats just places a ward down to scout things. So we'll see a bit of Aster on this high ground. Coming out though right now. Secret's okay with just playing the farm game, because as we mentioned, they have this TB Enigma draft at the Kunkka. They're okay with scaling, so. But at the same time too, I feel like Aster, they're not too fussed about just being able to sit back and farm as this PA either. They do feel like they have the answers. With all this big team fight ways to cancel the black hole as well too. I think we're in for a pretty exciting one as the game progresses, and exactly what we've wanted. This kind of even game in the mid game, setting up a beautiful late game.
So evenly matched in the gold department right now.
It's literally
as
dead
close
even.
as it gets.
Same thing with like the mids and the off lanes. It's about as even as it can get.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Roshan at the ready, but both teams trying to take it down whilst the other's up is
Radiant's
be an
top
easy or likely
tower
call to be made. They
just got sent
first.
to the
Take
bottom.
a bit of a risk, and then they're going to take that risk, guys. So they'll step into the pit. You have the SOPA, some good damage, and XXS available to tank.
It's smart too. Nisha actually showed himself on bottom wave, and the second that he did that, they immediately ran into Roche after shoving top wave.
They're getting away with this.
They should get it before
it's going to be scanned, but it's falling quickly to the damage of Monet. Secret not able to put a stop to this. Aster, they'll be turning up to the next fight with an Aegis. In the hands of their PA.
And that's concerning because now Monet, he can play a lot more recklessly and just kill these backliners
just get
instantly.
in and try and sort of tank some sort of ultimate, tank the black hole.
And he's also, you know, I think Panel was saying they wanted to find another answer for the BKB black hole besides just that Wyvern basher on the P. You know, he's going to be able to always go for these like dagger play. Sure, it's not guaranteed or anything like that, but you know, little things.
Let's see how Secret can deal with this. Aster stepping up the pressure now that they've got this Aegis in their hands.
Rezo still no BKB either, so for Secret, the next fight looks difficult. Aster's able to find them.
Fight to take
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's very prepared. Secrets continue to be quite split up, as we were saying. I think they do now have Blink on the Tusk too, so further ways of catch and at least save for Zayats.
Decent amount of single target damage as well, with Nisha having the Bloodthorn
Radiant's
complete.
top tower is on the rocks.
Yep, it's gonna help a lot versus that PA. That True Strike, of course.
Yes,
We'll see how much damage he can do the first time round, but he'll get jumped. The bushwhack there into the sharpshooter. He is so he's dead. Nisha's gone. We'll see Poppy pop the BKB, drop the ult, but XSS he's already popped his own BKB. He can simply walk away from the ultimate. It was always going to be a dangerous spot there for Secret to try and hold back Aster. They go for it, but a great positioning there from Baboka, ready for Secret to make some sort of poke from the tree line. Nisha, he just gets caught out.
Gotta be careful around those tree lines versus Hoodwink. And XXS just continues to be, like we said, just so on point as this Mars.
I mean, we see as well sort of the foresight from Baboka. He sees Nisha stepping out with the X mark. He knows where he's going to be likely to be dragged back to. He knew where he'd be setting up from. Big plays there from Baboka.
And the shard coming into play too, right? The snowball blink was going to come in to save, but boom, the double spear connects. Aster finding great footing in these last few moments, 20-12.
Really starting to get that momentum around this Aegis pickup.
And they're getting so massive. Like I keep looking at XXS, 8-2 and 6. He's getting close to Refresher, has Blastering as well too, so I feel like he's going to be able to absorb and offset so much damage that's coming out from TB, either with Bulwark or just getting these double ult placements to just block any of these projectiles. Big moves for Aster in these last few moments. Still no BK Perezzo, and he's starting to get very under level too, level 14 on this Enigma. Compared that to XSS as we were talking about level 18.
He's got it now. A couple of minutes left on the Aegis, so likely that Crook won't to play until that goes, or at least they'll try and time it so they can make the jump as it expires.
It's feeling scary though for Secret. Like how are they gonna ever take these fights to be able to find this Wyvern in particular? Because the Wyvern just feels like it's gonna be such a nuisance versus both the Enigma and TB as these fights do progress. Because Aster just has the easier ways to start these fights. Like they can just jump in with the Mars, jump in with the Puck, and then just sit back on the Wyvern wall. For Secret, they kind of just have to, their initiation's like walking in with the Kunkka trying to grab somebody with an X play. It's nowhere near as easy.
Refresher online now for XXS there. Two
It's
sets
so
of
big.
BKB and Arena to go with. Team fight's going to be so tough. I mean, one thing that we are really yet to see is sort of the presence of Chrysalis in these team fights, right? So it'll be a real test of how things change when Secret, they're able to set up some sort of team fight where Chrysalis is able to stand his ground and pump out the damage.
Can he though? Does he have the ways to protect him now at this point? Aster has so many ways to get on him. 1 minute left on Aegis. Trying to find anything. Monet's in.
Just straight in under the tower. Look at the spear on Azarius pinned over towards the tower. He's taken down. Puppy tries with the ult with the BKB, but Monet just takes him out. Huge crit hit, 1400 damage. Chrysalis is going to try to fight, but
Monet's just fighting him.
I mean, he's still got a minute on the Aegis. Monet isn't scared of anything. He'll lose the Aegis, and Chrysalis has to be careful. Just as the BKB ends, takes in his time, giving a proper refresher. Still a low amount, but he had just enough for another spear. Doesn't mean that the sharpshooter misses. We'll see Monet look towards the squishier targets, turns his attention over towards Resolution.
Rezo's
Resolution
in.
the black hole,
With the curse.
and he's in. Jumps forward for the curse, puts a stop to a PQ, able to stop the black hole for now. And on the side of it all, the rest of the three of Aster deal with Chrysalis. Monet
what a
come in to
fight.
take out Resolution. They just split Secret up perfectly. So Secret just do not get any chance whatsoever to land the combo. Everybody get on Secret.
Nobody dead on Aster. Literally the perfect execution of the way they do the fight. Sure, some spells did miss and whatnot, but the way that they took the fight. Monet just jumping in, killing two heroes off the start, forcing Secret to kind of react to them.
They did it perfectly.
Perfect, honestly. Then PQ just waits on the sidelines. Rezo tries to go, but he's just holding curse the whole time. Aster, again, 11k lead now.
Massively outplaying Secret now in these fights. And making it far too hard for Secret to find any sort of opening. They've got everything sorted, everything planned here, Aster.
And they just keep getting these grabs. Puppy shows his face for a second, then he's gone.
Creeps coming in on the mid, so they'll keep this pressure in onto to the base.
Nice.
26 to 12, 13k lead. A little slower than game one, but still, at this point, very difficult to see how Secret can put a stop to this.
How they can put a stop to Monet as well too now that he's online. He's going to be getting his next item soon too.
Dyer's top tower is about to take
Almost
the
certainly
plunge.
down. We'll see Secret put a start to defense. Science throws his body in.
Dyer's
Get any sort of grab. They're getting a little bit low, but he still has BKB ready to pop. Curse is going to be dropped. BKB from Monet. He'll use it to reset. Jumps out of the fight. They'll back off from this. They got the melee racks. That's what they wanted.
Chrysalis used BKB as well.
is under attack.
With that in mind, maybe Aster could look to jump back in on this. But
Oh, it actually catches Rezo. He might have been able to at least stop a TP,
I
but
think
now
so. He was going for the Malefice.
they all get out.
Everybody does. Aster back to the safety of their half of the map. Secret, they'll lose the racks, and they're not able to take anything in return.
Aster's playing like just so clean these last like 10-15 minutes. It's little to no mistake. Like we said, little no mistakes, like little spells missing, but their macro play has been immaculate.
Here again, this whole team fight, the way that Chrysalis just forced the side.
Like XXS is just such a boss. Like he's just standing toe to toe with the Terra Blade. He doesn't care whatsoever. Resets out of the fight,
And
comes back in, and just keeps Chrysalis in the same spot for like 30 seconds.
And this sort of situation, you know, where Resolution feels really pressured to use that black hole because Monet, as close as he is, it's him and Nisha. They want to try for the kill. But indeed, PQ just making sure that that curse perfectly saved to put a stop to that. As Secret's hand was forced, and Aster, they just rip it straight off.
Such a big influx of gold now in these last few moments. When they were doing the Grosh, and they had that as like, what, like 2-3k, 4k advantage, now up to 14k after they get racks and win a couple fights. Full Aghanims for the PA, so
Full Oxarine as well for Puck.
yeah, just they're gonna have
Huge items.
They're gonna be able to jump from target to target that much quicker now because of these cooldown reductions and because of the refresh, of course, from the Aghs PA.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack. Dyer's structures are
Get over
fortified.
to Aster's side of the map,
It feels like the whole game is really on Rezo now. It feels like he needs to get like a 4-man black hole
and it's
for
not
them
an
to have
easy game to
anything.
do that.
No, because PQ is never going to be playing up for it. He knows all he really needs to do is just sit back in this game now.
Just just waiting to see if Aster steps into their own triangle. But
They'll draw the line. They just
yeah,
draw a
they're
circle.
not making this move.
They knew exactly where Secret's positioned. This is almost like a desperate move, it feels like, for Secret, setting up in this area, trying to catch something.
Now Aster with their own smoke, they'll sort of be saying, oh, okay, we know you're over there. We'll look to take this team fight. May not be quite prepared for us.
Hey.
Just let the smoke
Dyer's
immediate
middle
blink away there from the
tower
boat
is
cruising
under
up. It's just that
pressure.
the smoke comes to an end, so not a chance at all for Secret to pounce.
No hesitation from him whatsoever, as now, see.
Maybe you're thinking at the opening onto XXS, but it's difficult.
Wards are down, it sees them.
And XXS was ready to go. Once the BKB turns towards Chrysalis, they'll use the black hole on XXS. Resolution locks down the Mars. XXS does go down. Silence quickly placed onto PQ. They take out a second, but immediate buybacks are there. They know that the black hole's used, and they still have their own Aster, so they'll look to chase down Secret. Mono with the crit takes out Puppy. Triple kill for him as well as he ends Rezo's life.
They're chasing for more.
They're looking for Zayas. Zayas trying to protect Chrysalis. The refreshing pod. XXS the second
He's
round
found him.
combo to use. Locks down Chrysalis out of the game. They
Give him the rampage.
Ultra kill rampage for Mono here on the base stage.
Another one.
Rampage. He takes out Poppy, getting that revenge. But Poppy ruining his early game. Monet, he's now on top, 32-5. It very much looks like this game completely Aster's.
They have to, like, honestly, I don't blame Rezo. I feel like it's actually the best opportunity they can use the black hole because of how big of a nuisance XSS has been. But then they just have buybacks. Aster just comes right back in with those lives, and
Yeah,
Monet, easy cleanup.
Yeah, there was no hesitation there from Aster. They knew this was going to be the move all the time.
Yep.
Someone gets caught out by a black hole and they can't stop it. They're buying back immediately. And at that point, it's, you know, what can you do if you're Secret?
It's full run. Everyone's just trying to escape, but BKBs are on it. They have such, as you said, such good chase with their heroes at the puck, Octarine, etc. Oh, man.
Monet just in his element now.
I mean, that really is such a story for this game, right? Getting solo killed by the 5 position and getting a double rampage.
Well, yeah, now from getting solo kill to solo carry. You know, Monet just killing everybody here, doing the damage. He's got the late game covered.
Yeah, he might be carrying, but I do have to give the massive credit. XXS has been absolute menace this game. Like, you can't ask for more from a Mars.
Yeah, his build's been perfect. The refresher, as we've seen multiple times now, at this stage of the game where he's rocking around the map with a refresher, and of course there's no sign of a refresher on Chrysalis. That one BKB charge in a team fight, it's not going to do you any good. XXS is going to be there with the second round, and he's always making sure that Chrysalis is locked down in that arena and has no chance of fighting back.
Absolutely. That's why I was saying, like, it doesn't even, it feels like the right choice from Rezo to have to black hole him because he's that disruptive, but at this deficit, as we see Aster, they're prepared for it. And like I said, it's been such a clean game from them, just the understanding, the positioning, understanding. They knew where Secret was the whole time. The Baboka putting down the wards, instantly kind of knowing this fight's going to happen. It's just so smart, really, from them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Secret,
is
yeah.
under attack.
And now they probably just feel like, well, how do we fight, you know? As you said, it just feels like they do need to get that impossible black hole from the Enigma, but it's
Radiant's
just never
bottom
giving up.
tower faces a stiff wind.
Targets.
Going to be down to the base defense.
Radiant's bottom
Monet's
tower
near
has
25.
fallen.
All 3 cores, really, I mean, kind of approaching 24, 23, 22 on the side of Aster.
30 seconds and XXS. Refresher will be good to go again.
Radiant's bottom tower
Seeing how
is
much of a
under
terror
attack.
he's been in the team fight.
PQ, he's getting a deep ward in. He actually is able to sneak it in. Secret not aware.
Uh-oh, they're gonna get a fair bit of
Not
damage
so
done here.
safe
Not
harbor,
quite enough to
eh?
kill him. Still left very low here, Nisha.
Still, he holds the BKB somehow, too, so. Fortunate for Secret that he does do that, but you can see how quick and easy it is for Aster. One stun, and they can almost kill absolutely anybody instantly.
Chrysalis has fought up here to get his butterfly done. So
Aster's in.
you might save him. XXS in with the first arena. The BKB's out for Chrysalis and Nisha in response.
But that's his only BKB on Chrysalis, and you forced it, and now Ogre Seal totem to get out of the base. Very cute, I like that.
Quick reset here from XXS.
That's meta, too.
He's going to be ready to go again. If he sees anyone out of position, XXS is going to immediately collapse in on them.
Well, it was all 3, right? It was 3 BKBs, not Rezo's.
There's jump Ori. They're going to start things right out, but the BKB Zayas is going to tick out. No buyback for the Tuts. As Monet, he's ready to dive in. In he goes, straight over towards Puppy. Puppy taken out. As XXS still holding on the refresher. The threat of that second arena of BKB, it's there. Secret know it. They're keeping themselves well away from this. They can't stop Aster.
Chrysalis's meta is gone, and I don't think he's even hit a single hero with it. So their fight's just non-existent at this point.
They'll easily take this second set of barracks here. away from Secret.
Bottom barracks have
Another
fallen.
massive influx of gold.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Nisha just can't set up on this puck.
No.
Every single time, Ori has all the ways to deal with that X mark. Opening.
Radiant's middle barracks
Second
have
set,
fallen.
and they'll look for more. Still with the Aegis and a full Satanic now.
even know
On its way out for Monet.
Radiant's top tower.
So refresher also on XXS. Ult's back up in 10 seconds. Secret, it's their last chance to go for something. Let's eyes on Rezo. Can he find an opportunity?
He has to get something insane.
He doesn't even have BKB, so it's pretty impossible.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Already trying to approach from the side. Go for Ori. BKB's out in time for Nisha. Get the bolt off. Huge physical damage coming out there. The Black Hole immediately put to a stop by PQ. Ready and waiting there with the curse. Stops the Black Hole. As Nisha focused down by Monet. The bashes come in. Nisha out of the game. He has got buyback, but the rest of Secret may not be as lucky as Monet. Turns towards Puppey. Takes him down. Chrysalis trying to stand his ground, but it's him against the world right now. As Aster will force him back, chase him to the boundary. The bushwork from above catches the two of them, and they'll clean them up. GG is called. Aster will take this series 2-0. And two fantastic shots. Once they got ahead in both of these games, it was completely flawless here on the main stage from Aster. Secret, they just had no way, no plan to stop them. Aster, they had everything covered. They had everything.